In a world where street art meets high fashion and cartoons collide with contemporary art, one name stands out: KAWS. From the subways of New York to the walls of major galleries, his bold, playful style has become instantly recognizable. But behind the iconic X-eyed figures and limited edition collectibles lies a journey that reshaped modern art. Now, how did a graffiti artist rise from the underground to become a global cultural icon, collaborating with brands like Nike and Dior while his works fetch millions at auction? In this video, we unravel the story of KAWS, an artist who transformed a rebellious start into a revolutionary legacy, blending pop culture with fine art in a way that the world had never seen before. KAWS was born Brian Donnelly on November 4th, 1974 in Jersey City, New Jersey. As a kid, he would always find himself drawing every chance that he could. It became somewhat of an escape for him growing up. He first became interested in graffiti when he was in elementary school. Some of his first influences were kids in his neighborhood who he saw doing graffiti on walls around the city.
What was your exposure to graffiti? Other than obviously seeing
it was all
on
around the kids I skated with. You know, when I was skating, I would come into the city, and when you go to the city and skate, you meet like a lot of kids.
He would go on to attend St. Anthony's High School in Jersey City, and it was around that time when he created his signature tag, KAWS, which doesn't necessarily have a meaning, but he liked the way it sounded and how the letters worked with each other. After high school, Donnelly would attend the School of Visual Arts in New York City, receiving a Bachelor's of Fine Arts in Illustration in 1996. Following graduation, he'd work at Jumbo Pictures, a subsidiary of Disney, as a freelance animator, working on major sitcoms such as 101 Dalmatians, Daria, and Doug. During the day, he'd work there, and at night, he would bomb the streets of New York. KAWS got his start like many street artists, doing graffiti on bridges, trucks, and freight trains. One thing that he became infamous for early on was an act known as subvertising, which is the practice of making spoofs or parodies of corporate and political advertisements. He'd do this on billboards, bus shelters, and phone booths around the city. After friend and fellow graffiti artist Barry McGee gave him a skeleton key. Now, a skeleton key is a type of master key in which the serrated edge has been removed in such a way that it can open numerous locks. In the 90s, there was sort of an explosion of wall paintings with advertisements throughout Manhattan that were formerly popular graffiti spots for decades. For Donnelly, he thought that it was taking a lot of younger voices away from the community, and he had the idea to take it back. From there, New Yorkers would find themselves confronted with ads from popular brands such as Calvin Klein and DKNY, intertwined with some of KAWS's signature characters such as Bendy.
In the 90s, there was this sort of explosion of wall painting with advertising in Manhattan. There was these, I think it started with these giant Donna Karan murals that were like, you know, from curbside to building top, these giant DKNY with cityscapes in them, and then eventually other advertisers started to do it, and all these great spots that were graffiti spots for decades were suddenly getting painted over. So, you know, I just felt that it was kind of strange that, you know, it was sort of taking a lot of the sort of younger voices away, and I like the idea of taking some of that property back.
He would incorporate popular cartoon characters in his work, such as Snoopy from the Peanuts with his signature X'd out eyes, and Skull and Crossbones, which brought some familiarity and friendliness to his pieces. So for many, you would think that him defacing corporate advertisement would cause these brands to rebel against him, but instead the opposite happened. One day, KAWS had subvertised over a billboard in Jersey with a Captain Morgan ad on it, and the company decided to actually run with it, including KAWS's work and their next generation of ads. One of the major turning points in his career came after meeting a toy designer in Tokyo, Japan. He was introduced to the clothing company called Bounty Hunter in 1999, and KAWS was met with the opportunity to create a custom vinyl toy that would soon be called the Companion. The doll immediately began to sell like crazy, and it soon became a staple within the pop culture zeitgeist, appearing at the MTV Music Awards and even the Macy's Day Parade.
It inspired Kim Jones's first Dior campaign and is in the collections of A$AP Ferg, Travis Scott, Justin Bieber, Kim Kardashian, and Kanye West. It took the form of two dissected companions in Drake's Tootsie Slide video. These figures retail for $6,000 US, though have recently fetched around $50,000 to $100,000 US at auction. The companion's influence on popular culture is seemingly endless. The figure took over the long-standing Moon Man trophies for the 2013 MTV VMA Awards.
This is amazing.
They began selling it at around $100 retail, but it soon exploded in value, being resold at auction for tens of thousands of dollars. In 2008, he began doing collaborations in the music world, working on various album covers for artists such as Toate, Cherry, The Clips, and Kanye West. He'd also do numerous collaborations with clothing brands such as Vans, Bape, Supreme, and DC Shoes over the years. In 2021, 2021, he worked with Travis Scott and Kid Cudi on the cover art for their single The Scotts, and later that year he would also release his skeleton outfit in the game Fortnite, which is how many young viewers may be most familiar with him. So as we close this chapter on KAWS' incredible rise, one thing is clear: his journey from street artist to global icon is nothing short of extraordinary. KAWS didn't just break into the art world, he rewrote the rules, merging pop culture, fine art, and commercial design in ways no one thought possible. From his humble graffiti beginnings to creating works that transcend mediums and continents, KAWS has proven that art has no boundaries. As his influence continues to grow, the legacy of his iconic characters and groundbreaking collaborations will leave a lasting mark on both art and culture. This is just the beginning for an artist who's reshaped how we see the world, and the world will continue to watch.